How's it going, everybody? My name is Random Black Guy, and today on Tech Taylor we're going to be going over a few tips that I feel like are really needed if you are going to be using the Philips Hue light bulbs. Now, I made a video about finding the right smart bulbs for you, and I'll link it up top so that way y'all can view it. But in case you did pick the Philips Hue as the perfect smart hub for you or perfect smart light for you, there are some things that I do want to be able to tell you that make the beginning process and stuff down the line a lot easier to deal with without having to go through a lot of trouble and stripe and everything. And most of this are just me troubleshooting a lot of the stuff and problems that I kind of ran into that cost me a lot of time when setting up my environment. So here are the tips that I feel like are going to be your best lifesaver. Number one, and this is probably the easiest one, you can have more than one person connected to one hub. So if you have your wife or your husband, or you have anybody else that you want to be able to control your lights, it's so easy to have them connected. All you need to do is have them download the app and go through the setup, hit the button on the hub, and they'll be easily connected. They don't need an account or a password to be able to do this. And this is really good because, I mean, setup is really easy. All you have to do is tell them to kind of install the app and run it, and they already got everything connected. And it kind of goes through all the help with you. But this is good, especially if you, the person who has the normal account, is away or you can't do anything for the lights and stuff. It allows them to be able to control the lights instead of having to shut them off themselves. Because if you flip the switches off too many times, it resets the bulb and then you got to reconnect it, and that kind of goes to some other problems. So that's a really easy setup, but I'm glad that Philips Hue allows you to do that. The second main thing that you want to do for your Philips Hue light bulbs is name them. Give them names, preferably names that correlate to the room they're going to be put in. And the reason why you do want to do that is because it helps you organize the bulbs. They come in named or whatever that don't make sense to the bulb, and when it finally searches the bulbs and finds them, they give them its own random order. So what you want to do is, once you got all your bulbs already being searched through the app, go ahead and click around them, find out which rooms that they're going to be a part of, and give them names similar to the room that you're going to be putting them in. And the reason why I say similar is because you don't want to give them like bedroom 1 or bedroom 2, because that's going to have some problems down the line that you're not going to be able to avoid, or you can avoid it, but it's going to be very annoying. Have it like BR1 or MB1, standing for master bedroom, and that will give you a easier way of dealing with the light bulbs. And when it comes to connecting those light bulbs to other services like the Echo and Google Assistant. The third big tip that I want to give you is make sure you get the naming done and all the setup for the Philips Hue before connecting them to any kind of smart device, mainly in this case to Alexa and Google Assistant. The reason why you want to do this is after you ported all the bulbs into those apps and then you try to set up everything, if you don't have the name set up, then you're gonna have to put them in rooms again on those, just like you did for the hub. And if they're not set up, you're not gonna know which bulb really goes to what anymore. And trying to go back between the apps is just a hassle. But if you already have names for them, you just need to do the same kind of name grouping conventions that you did in the hub, and it makes it very, very easy. Another reason why you want to do that is because of this. If you bought a lot of bulbs and you tried to add new bulbs into your setup, the Echo app and the Google Assistant are not going to recognize those bulbs yet, and they will not incorporate them even if they're in your Philips Hue app. You're going to have to unlink or redo the account for each of those, and it mostly just happens with Google Assistant. It doesn't have a good way of porting new bulbs. I know with the Echo app you can research the new bulbs after you got them all set up, and it's supposed to be able to find them. Sometimes it will, sometimes it don't, so you kind of just got to watch out for that. But definitely for Google Assistant, if you try to add a new bulb to the ecosystem, you have to literally unlink the account, basically deleting the bulbs from the app, get everything set up again, and then re-link that app again and let all the bulbs finally sink in and put them back into the rooms, which is a huge time sink. And you have to do that every time you add one new bulb. Not two, not three. It doesn't get confused on that. Every time you add a new bulb, you have to redo the process. So try to make anything in that process as easy as possible, so that way you can get through that quicker. Another tip that I would like to kind of introduce y'all is try to use other apps when working with Philips Hue. There are so many apps that already take advantage of the Hue IP that you could do a lot of crazy stuff like disco lights and different scenes to kind of help, you know, kind of like the ambience better, or however you want to say it. But it's just a nice way to have your investment, have more fun with the investment, kind of get, you know, that nerd geek thing out of you and start actually using these bulbs to make it feel like they're worth the $50 per color bulb. Because like, you pay $50 for your color bulbs, you might as well have fun with every single one that you pay for. Probably one of the biggest annoying things about when it comes to adding bulbs to the Philips Hue is adding new bulbs to the Philips Hue, and which goes into my next and last biggest tip I can give you. Before putting the bulbs into their sockets, read the serial number on the bulbs, put it in the app first, then plug up the bulbs into the socket, turn them on, and then search. It has not failed, or I'll say it failed every single time I added any amount of new bulbs to the setup and it cannot search for them. The lamp fixture is on, or the ceiling lamp is on, the bulb is showing, but the app cannot find it for new bulbs. It worked perfectly out of the box for the new bridge setup and the new bulbs that came with it, but when I added new bulbs, it would never find them. And one time, I make sure I only had to pay for this mistake one time, I had put it up to the highest ceiling I had in the apartment, and I couldn't read it. So I had to go back up there, take the bulbs out, and read the 6-digit or whatever code, just so I could put it in, go right back up, put it up, and had to search for them again. And of course, after I had the serial number, because for some reason that, you know, makes it, you know, just that much easier, it was able to sync, not too big deal. One time though, I did do that, and one of the bulbs I couldn't find, but then when I did the search again with the serial number, I was able to find it again. So it's such a dumb thing that you have to go through, but I am telling you, when you add new bulbs to your setup, get the serial number of all of them, put them into the app, then set them up, and then hit search for new bulb. It's going to save you time. A lot of time. And that's it. Those are probably the biggest things when it comes to using Philips Hue light bulbs, and the time sinks that you eventually will have to pass. A bonus tip for me would be try to buy all the bulbs that you're going to be dealing with, or that you want to switch out of your house, and have just one setup. That way you can avoid a lot of using, or even worry about a lot of the problems I mentioned earlier. But I understand that if you have 24 light bulbs and you want some of them colored, they're going to be expensive. I know. I have like 12 of them already, plus a light strip. They're not cheap. So in case you're playing the waiting game and slowly picking everything up, those other tips are probably going to be a lot more helpful than, you know, the bonus one. With that being said, hopefully you found this video very informational and that it will help you use those bulbs even easier. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and you feel like anybody else can use these tips, go ahead and share the video with them so that way they can be informed as well. If you like the content I'm delivering, this is my first real big tip video that I did, and I did it mostly on something that I've already done, that I've done longer. And I thought going back and giving tips of old videos that I've done probably help, you know, give some more justification to those products and be able to help you out if you decide to use those longer term. With that being said, hopefully everything that you found today or saw today will help you make a better and a more informed decision tomorrow.